Hello and welcome to Bridgeflame, the succession fort, where 5 Twitch streamers pass on one save file after 1 year of play as the overseer of that fort. We hope you enjoyed these clips and highlights of these first 5 years, and you follow us in the next cycles to come. Formal Blizzard kicked it off.
My name's Formal Blizzard and I need to tap the volcano. Do it the Blizzard way? I'm tapping the volcano. Fuck it. I'm doing it. As we say in these parts, it's time to full send it. I am the... oh god.
Followed by Mossy Griffin, myself. And so this is my turn to shine. Let me get familiar once again with everything. Bridgeflame is the fort name, or group called the Fellowship of Merry Men. One of the first processes I want to do is really destroy this fort playing with magma. No magma forges, so that's going to be a good objective for tonight. I like the sound of lava pouring. It helps, it soothes me when I sleep. Look at this dwarf dig. He's got mighty muscles, strong like bull. We're playing with magma, which honestly, if you've ever seen me playing with liquids in this game, the water mechanics, you might be concerned. And all I could say is, you would be right to be concerned because you have a bridge there, but you have no bridge here. There's no problems, there's just projects. Where is the carpenter's workshop? Oh, it's outside. Oh, this forces them to get out and get some vitamin D, I guess. My asthma. Dig, dwarf, dig. Dig him out, guys. Seriously, you're letting a brother die. Oh shit, we have an enemy and they're laying siege. Oh, this is not what I wanted to hear. We're under siege by a whole shit ton of goblins and undead and those who are opposed to life in general. Oh no, all the beds are outside. The farms are outside of the defensive zone. Guys, run! Run! Come on! Run! A shark wants you to run! When do you see the get back? Let's pull this lever. I'm really afraid. I feel like I'm dooming us by pulling this lever. Sometimes they say Papa needs its mods. What is that? Am I haunted? The miner who cracked open the volcano and died is now on a mission to haunt. Oh shit. Our anvil is outside. Well, this might be GG. Or are they just passing through? I think they're just passing through. No, they're coming right at us. Never mind. I lied. They've killed the horse. It's 4 months in. Yeah, we don't have access to wood. Like, we really need to just dig into the caverns and see what problems we can get into there. They're just sitting out here, waiting. First thing I learned is keep all critical infrastructure behind the bridge. Is there any way that we could, like, ambush them? We'll just do a bunch of cage traps, and we're just going to trap everyone. Hit the caverns to get the wood, to build the cages. Oh, they're all just sleeping on the ground. We're going to have an issue here, people. No access to bed. No access to wood. No access to food, no access to water, no access to anything. I really am starting to like this idea of militia more and more. You have discovered an expansive cavern. I don't see any trees though. Bunny is starving, weaponsmith of dehydration. They're still just hanging out, happy as can be, happy as a clam. Can't believe this. This is how it ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Yeah, that could be the second. Oh, and it has trees. The volcano that goes really high up. We could have some shenanigans. I could sacrifice one miner and destroy all the gobos. This will change the face of the map if he pulls it off. He'll be known as Mossy, the Destroyer of Worlds. I don't know how to crack it open without the goblins getting to me first. Dig, you simpletons. Dig! Did we just see someone die? Regalis has died. The dwarves are dying rapidly. We have one miner left. We're at 8 population where we were at 30 before the siege. And we're dead. Abandon and reclaim? I think I like that idea. We've just been broken. We're back to Bridgeflame. Strike the earth. Are you accusing me of complete slaughtering? Because yes. Fine. I have completely slaughtered our first embark because I'm just a bad boy at heart. The only thing I'm incompetent of is being good. So my plan now is to build some walls and watch this. Watch this. There. It will now be behind defenses. Uh-oh. We do have stuff down here to worry about, however. Why does it look like it's littered with the bones of my enemies? Okay, our farm is behind defenses now. We are completely safe. Drinking and merrymaking underway. We'll blast them out real quick. All the spiky wooden balls we can get. Look, I completed a trade. It was a small trade, but I completed it. Up there is all the activity. Everyone's cursed. This whole place is cursed because of Veru's teachings. We have a lot of dead that we need to take care of. We need a shit ton of slabs. They're already haunting this location. It's perfect. The Hall of the Deceased Founders. Everything is going smoothly. An ambush! We're being ambushed by nothing? I'm so happy that the sport didn't fail a second time on me. I didn't kill everyone. Shit. Yep, I totally destroyed that. We're all fucked. Can traders go insane? Because that sounds kind of funny. Okay, we're good. We're good. They can leave. See you later, alligator. This tavern. The fenced nuts. These nuts. Happy Dwarfmas, everyone! Okay! Everyone! It is 1-1. I have survived this year. We did it. For everyone watching, Tasty and the Cats is the next up. Tasty, don't kill us like I did.
This is a Praise Opal flask. All crafts dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushion-cut Praise Opals and encircled with bands of horse leather. This object menaces with spikes of Praise Opal.
So the soldiers are going to go station down by the Grundles to keep everybody safe for now. I really just want them to beat on some Grundles. Some magma crabs. Buh. Nico shakes the Dwarf the child around by the left rear leg, tearing apart the left rear leg's skin and bruising the fat, tearing apart the lower spine's nervous tissues. That was satisfying. Oh, we got more now. There we go. Beautiful. You guys are so efficient at killing those children. Yeah, and Nico loves it. Force twists the neck, tearing apart the skin, bruising the fat, bruising the upper spine's nervous tissue. A tendon in the upper spine has been bruised. Nico says, I have improved my wrestling. That was satisfying. Stone cold, Nico. You're my kind of dwarf. We've tapped into this volcano in order to drain the magma, and it's going super slow. What? It's... Nico, the volcano's overflowing. Is that correct? That's what I'm seeing. This is a stack of magma, and there's an eruption going on right now. There's magma coming out over the top of the volcano and pouring down all sides, not just where we tapped into it. If I put all the water under the mountain, that means I can stick in a pump stack and just come up here and drop water all the way up, drop it on there and make some obsidian, and then we can do whatever we want. Caravan has shown up, but there's no outpost liaison. Cause there are no fucking... Okay. Well, at least they can't tell us we're king if they don't come. Ah, she felt euphoric due to inebriation. Beautiful. Is it a barracks? Is it a dormitory? It's a dormitory. Let's be real.
Sorry, sir.
Wow. Guys, have you seen this? This is the kind of dwarf that I want in my military. Does not give a shit about Crundles.
This is a smoky quartz toy boat. All crafts dwarf's ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of square-cut yellow zircons and giant mole bone. Giant mole bone. This object menaces with strikes of horse bone. On the item is an image of a rat weed in smoky quartz.
We have this peasant who I turned into a miner because he had 0 skills, like actually 0 skills. Doesn't have any feelings whatsoever. Doesn't feel anything at work. Doesn't feel anything due to inebriation. Right. Exactly. If they're gonna kill the Crundles and the Troglodytes for me, who am I gonna... I'm not gonna stop them. I will just close up the door and not let them in my fort. Yeah, so I found this dwarf. I turned him into a miner. I'm gonna get him to tap into the volcano. These cave swallow people are just savage. I like them. I would recruit them into my fort if I could. No joke. So I go units, pet livestock, stray cat. Press Z to go to unit. I press escape so that I can go K, and then you're saying Control Shift N here, but it... Holy shit. Holy shit! Pharaoh. I did not know you could name cats.
Followed by Nico live.
Welcome. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never used Lazy Noob Pack before. I have never ever played Dwarf Fortress with a graphics set before, other than my own. And this is like bizarre to me. I'm gonna have to set up some specialization, I think. It's a lot of milkers. Gonna pop into Dwarf Therapist real quick. So I started playing Dwarf Fortress in 2009. I've played Dwarf Fortress for over 10 years. I've always used ASCII. I didn't pick up using Dwarf Therapist until about 2 years ago. And I started using DF Hack about a month ago. Dwarf Fortress Vanilla is definitely my cup of tea. You want the dwarf name to be named Beehive? I would guess you may want a beekeeper to be your dwarf. Would that be correct? You're supposed to get Bread Thief killed. It's been 40 minutes already, and it's still the first of Granite. Rom-com. The bookkeeper. There's a cat managing our stocks. Let's see, a Dr. Formal. He's the chief medical dwarf. Hollywood upstairs. Medical college. Graduate. Instead of chewing gum, chew bacon. Oh, we're actually moving now. In my experience, sieges and whatnot tend to happen right at the beginning of seasons, typically on the second day. So far, I've spent about an hour in Dwarf Therapist. It's been great fun. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you like spreadsheets and tables and all that stuff. I'm guessing it's not actually raised. Okay, yeah, there's the siege. Okay. So I want to build a mechanics workshop somewhere so we can start making mechanisms so we can make some cage traps so that we can end this siege. There's a vampire. Oh, the intrigue. It, killed Romulus. Did this the old-fashioned way. Euphoric due to inebriation. Euphoric due to inebriation. Etc., etc. Horrified after seeing Rom-Com die. He reeks of vampire to me. Hasn't eaten. Saw the guy die. It's gotta be Kogan. Kogan's gotta be a vampire. Does the vampire want to assume the role of our new bookkeeper? This was the bookkeeper's office, and since this vampire killed the bookkeeper, I mean he automatically assumes that position and quarters. It's only fair, right? How go the cage traps? Got one done so far. Hey, trained monkey, you're about to either make a really fancy shoe or go insane. Ghostly Presser has been put to rest. Rest well, Thob. I don't know who you were or what you did, but at least you're not so much of a nuisance anymore. Tree and Monkey Taylor has created Rurashakal, a pigtail chaucer. She claims it as a family heirloom. All craftable ship is of the highest quality. Circled with bands of pigtail and spore tree. Is made from pigtail cloth. Only item is an image of a forgotten beast in pigtail. Only item is an image of a foxtail millet plant in pigtail. 2.5 hours and we're not even through spring yet. Actually, it's all Mossy's fault. It was his idea. So the fortress is now exposed to the invasion. Let's see if they take the bait. Caught something. Yeah, they're coming in here. Sweet. Siege almost over. Use bread thief for the breach. Okay. The important thing is that there's lava everywhere. Oh, the siege is over. I guess they left. No outpost liaison. How curious. Caravan has arrived. Wave to Mossy. He may go insane. So far, my legacy this year is I put some cages in a hallway. Thank you for visiting our humble fortress. Take some corpses. Goodbye. No one goes home empty-handed. 10 dwarves dedicated just to military. They're currently training, and they all have silver warhammers right now. We'll let Bread Thief do it in case he falls in. How are these track stops coming along? They have done nothing with the track stops. Mossy has created Radim Thultat Raduk Kadust, a granite table. She claims it as a family heirloom. This is a granite table. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It's decorated with pigtail. This object menaces with spikes of granite. Only item is an image of Momo's merchant bowl, the dwarf merchant howl, the dwarf in granite. Only item is an image of Nagerkshun scraped spider, the goblin, and ransacked saviors, the goblin in andesite. Nagersung scraped spider is cringing. Ransacked Saviors is striking a menacing pose. The artwork relates to the tearing out of the goblin putrid slayer Nagersung scraped spider's lower lip by the zombie goblin Ransacked Saviors in the mid-autumn of 1265 during Gansesh Muck, the onslaught of seizures. And he's just looking at it with, like, he's got a spoonful of soup or whatever he's eating, just looking at it thinking, my, this is a fine table. Oh, he walked in there and died. Oh. Bread Thief is taken care of. He just walked right into it. Hopefully he doesn't walk into the holes after he digs them. Nope, he did. He did it again. That's 2 miners we've lost. They weren't very skilled miners, but that's fine. A little more worried about the picks, but we can make more picks. Got a ton of refuse. We need to build a trash compactor for that stuff. Alright, it is now Dwarf November. Nag, the bowyer, has created a thin willow bow. Sadelicon. Crusted with radiant cut rose quartz is decorated with willow, cave spider silk, and donkey bone, and encircled with bands of round gabbro cabochons. Ministers with spikes of gabbro. On the item is an image of a statue in willow. An image of dwarves and dwarves in willow. The dwarves are refusing the dwarves. Relates to the defeat of the staff of defense of the paints of drumming and takeover of blowing spear by the inky discoveries in the early spring of 291 during the conquest of blowing spear. An image of dwarves in copper. The dwarves were traveling, relates to the foundation of Bridgeflame by the joyous fellowship of the great blameless shields in the early spring of 1500. Neat. Thanks for the bow. I'll do something else. There's a small stockpile here of refuse that feeds into this minecart that just dumps it down this hole. And then there's just a bridge down here, hooked up to a lever. So when you pull this lever, it lowers the bridge and crushes everything, but it also closes a hatch right here so things don't fall down while the bridge is in its lowered state. So if the bridge is down, you put stuff on top of it, and then you pull the lever, it just flings all the garbage back out the hole. Everything is going well. The year is almost over. Less than a month to go. Trying to just get some things wrapped up. As you can see, I've expanded upon the forge area. We have 9 each. Magma smelters, glass furnaces, kilns, and forges. QSP set up for ore, sandbags, clay balls, and bars here right now. Got QSP set up for stone, wood, leather, thread, cloth, rough gems, and bones over here in this crafting area. Spiked green glass ball. That seems too easy though. I think toys seem fun. Green glass toy, we'll do that. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and assign everyone to it for the end of the year. That way, if there is a siege at the beginning, Veru will not have to worry about getting everybody inside.
Finishing up with Verumamo with the cycle.
What the hell is going on here? Oh, the X is even weird. How are these? Oh, jeez. Where the hell we get all this stuff? Oh, my brain doesn't know what to do with all of this. If you don't know, if you're watching and you're not one of the people who's already involved in the Succession Fort, I'm playing a Succession Fort, which means I only have a small fractional idea what the hell I'm dealing with right here. God, I don't recognize anything. I haven't even had a sip of my tea yet. I'm gonna like chug this one, get another one. Come on, caffeine. Oh god, taking over someone else's baby is harder than I thought it was gonna be. I'm just nervous. It makes you realize when you're running your own fort, you really do keep kind of like a running narrative and a running idea of what you're doing, how you're doing it. So you can just sort of like load up a fort and kind of continue, and you can boot up your own mental save. And when you're running somebody else's fort, you're like trying to get a sense of like, how can I swing this in a way that I think makes sense, that's not going to like screw up anything anybody else did, but also will lead to overall improvement. You can't stop me. You can't stop me from using Rodar. We never explicitly said I can't use Rodar, so just want to make sure there's nothing heretofore undiscovered before I start doing some exploratory mining. So what? 48 bedrooms? Okay, we have exactly enough bedrooms. People have paired off, we'll have a little bit extra, but we're probably going to get a microwave eventually, so let's just get this in. I'm going to move the turkeys in there so that we can actually close off the door and we don't have to like play around with forbidding or telling them not to cook eggs, so we can get nice healthy poult industry up and going. That should kill our frame rate real quick. This whole room bothers the shit out of me, I'll be honest. Why do you guys hate me? Why would you put the forge on the opposite side of the hall from the smelter? What did I do to you? Fuck Fisher Dwarves. The extermination campaign against the Fisher Dwarves will be fast and brutal. Oh, oily, squeezable girl. Okay, that's been sorted. I'm always going to stream with Phoebus, whatever you want to call it, because that's what I learned to play on. What the hell was I doing? No one's outside that matters, right? Only Formal. He'll probably get here in time. I actually don't want you to die, because then I'm pretty sure Formal's gonna kill me. Avoid the Eden. Well, shit. Y'all some dead migrants, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Cool. Disaster averted. We need to get this opened up so we can get the moss growing, so we can get some more animals pastured down here. I can agree that unnecessarily abusing anything that is in your purview to care for is bad, but I'd also include organizations, nations, basically anything that you've been charged with caring for. If you abuse that privilege and power, I consider that problematic. Y'all know me. Anyone who is chill is welcome here. If you cease being chill, then I might get grumpy. I see. That's insane. Enjoy yourselves. Putting in the new hospital. Dig it out. Soon. Shit. What I did was I found a old one-eyed homeless man who had been a yoga teacher and priest in India for 13 years before coming back to the States and living in poverty. And I flew him and me out to Hawaii, and we traveled around the Big Island, and he taught me stuff. Now, I swear the game said we had iron on this map. Do you put important things behind walls? I could always let the Etten out, close the gates, if he doesn't notice there's an Etten trapped in there. Nah, I won't do that. I won't do it. I won't do it. I promise. It's the end. Anyway, take care, be well, and goodbye.